What's up everybody, welcome back to another video within the Generative AI series, and in this video we'll be talking about the much awaited reasoning models released by OpenAI, which happens to be O1 Preview and O1 Mini. We'll be taking a deep dive into it, we'll try to understand how it works, how the architecture is laid off, and we'll try to understand what chain of thought is and why people are not happy with it, and also, I think I'm a little late to the party, but it's good to be back. Let's get started. Alrighty, the reasoning models. So up till now we had GPT-4 and GPT-4o Mini, which happened to be like the top of the charts on every LLM leaderboard, but yet they hallucinate just like other LLMs. And how do we solve the hallucination problem? Not that the recent releases actually solve that problem, but it sort of approaches to solve that problem, which happens to be chain of thought. The models that we have, they're probabilistic. They're based on and trained on like billions and billions of data. And not every answer is right. So they don't have that tendency to think. But with the recent models, O1 Preview and O1 Mini, we have that tendency, and OpenAI sort of made sure that you sort of get the flavor of that tendency, which they call chain of thought. Just like we take some time to make sense of the questions, and we sort of break it down into like smaller sub-problems and then approach to solve that sub-problems and compute that result. So that tendency in human beings is known as chain of thought, and something similar to that is sort of being mimicked here. But I know people are making a lot of memes out of it. People are calling it just a advanced system prompt, but okay, let's not get away with all the rumors and stuff. But let's see how it works and let's see how it performs over certain questions. We'll check it out into our ChatGPT. I've got ChatGPT Plus, so I think I have good access of like 50 requests to test it out. But let's sort of learn a bit more about what O1 Preview or O1 Mini basically offers. And one more thing, that these O1 models are more like PhD level or level of intelligence models. That's what at least OpenAI is pitching. Like if you just go through it, you would actually find out like O1 model excels in scientific reasoning, ranking 89 percentile of competitive programming questions, which is definitely scary for all the software engineer. But I think we have sort of learned to live with it, every single month. Oh, the new LLM is taking our jobs. Oh, Gemini is taking our jobs. All right, people, just calm down. We've seen enough. And what else we have? Placing among the top 500 students in US qualifier for Math Olympiad. Cool stuff. All right, so O1 Preview is more about solving hard problems, or it sort of provides you assistance in sort of breaking down the problem. It would take some time to think about it and then present you with a solution. But O1 Mini, surprisingly, is a more programming oriented or scientific task oriented or math specific task oriented model, similar to what Mistral has done with CodeStral and MathStral. So it's similar to that. OpenAI is packaging all of them into O1 Mini. And if you're looking for coding assistant or code reviews, code refactoring, go ahead and use O1 Mini. If you're looking for, making sense of the problem or breaking down the problem or, exploring ways to solve or approach a particular problem, use O1 Preview. All right, let's talk about beta limitations, because this is kind of important if you're looking forward to using O1 Preview or Mini. So modalities: text only, images not supported, message types, user assistant messages only, system messages not supported, streaming not supported, tools not supported, function calling basically not supported, temperature, top P, and all are fixed to 1. I like to keep my temperature to 0.5, but okay, wow. I think we can bear with this. And now let's talk about how the whole reasoning thing, the chain of thought work, which has been like integral part of the meme world lately. So again, for chain of thought, you need like more training. Your model should be instructed or trained in a way to sort of think. Now, how do you do that? So how it really works is like you would provide an input. It would generate some reasoning tokens out of it, out of your input, which would be a direct way or a roadmap for the model to break the problem into multiple steps or multiple subproblems. It would generate an output, and this input and output would become context for your upcoming prompts, for the prompts that you're going to do. And these reasoning tokens, which were generated internally, would be discarded from the context. So that's basically the whole chain of thought stuff that OpenAI is basically preaching. So at every single step, what do you need to know? For every prompt, it would generate those reasoning tokens. And once you're done with an output, that output would become a part of the context, which would later be used by upcoming prompts. And they go an extra mile in sort of giving you an advice on prompting, like keep prompts simple and direct. We already know that. Avoid chain of thought prompts. Since these models perform reasoning internally, something that we just discussed, prompting them to think step by step or explain your reasoning, something that we have been doing beforehand. So in order to avoid hallucinations, a good way of the conventional prompt engineering cookbook was like ask the model or tell the model to explain itself, because that's the best way you can understand that what steps it took to actually come to a hallucinated answer. So since we cannot debug the responses, so that was the only way. But now OpenAI is sort of advising you to, refrain using such phrases or sentences within your prompts. Limit additional context in retrieval augmented generation. When providing additional context or documents, include only the most relevant information to prevent the model from overcomplicating its response. So that's still a problem. That's still a RAG problem, because whenever it comes to RAG, you're dealing with a lot of unstructured data. And you can't really convert all of that unstructured data into structured data, or you cannot limit that data. Sometimes, the data or the PDFs are just that bad. So, but I don't know if it makes any sense. We should use the most relevant ones. That means we have to go through a constructive step of data preparation and data cleaning, even with the documents. So yeah. All right, let's get into the action. Let's see how it works. All right, so I'm on my OpenAI desktop app and I have O1 preview selected, and as it stated, uses advanced reasoning, and O1 mini is more like a smaller version, faster at reasoning. But we need advanced reasoning because we're gonna ask it the most important question of the century. What came first? All right, I'm in my OpenAI desktop app and I have O1 preview selected, uses advanced reasoning. I have access to O1 mini, faster reasoning, but we need advanced reasoning because we are going to ask the most important question of the century. What came first, chicken or the egg? Right, let's see. So it says thinking. Thought for a few seconds. So the question of whether the chicken or the egg came first has intrigued people for centuries. It poses a classical causality dilemma. However, from biological and evolutionary perspective, there is a clear answer. The egg came first. There you go. Boom. Problem solved. So you get the idea. It thinks for a while and stuff. Let's go ahead and ask something different, something more complex. How can I build a DDoS, not attack, DDoS preventive single sign-on? Okay, let's see. Thinking. Understanding the request. Clarifying policy adherence, understanding vulnerabilities, and now it gives us an answer. So a thought for while it's still generating. It thought for almost 11 seconds, and these are all the steps that it took. Pretty cool stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what you can expect. It can be a bit slow. So if you're looking to build a chatbot out of it, I won't go ahead and use O1 Preview. I would rather use it as my personal assistant in my tough or mundane or boring tasks. All right, so the access of OpenAI O1 through APIs is still being rolled out. It's still in beta. So a lot of people might, even if you get the code right, or even if you're like from a specific tier, it would still cause you problems. But this is how you would shape the code, pretty standard stuff. We have import OS, we have OpenAI, we have .env, we load the .env, we have our key and a client initialized, we shape our response, pretty standard stuff. I don't think we need to change anything but the O1 preview, or if you want to use mini, then it's mini. And then we just print out our response. Since streaming is not yet supported, so there's no other code snippet throughout the internet or on the OpenAI side would work except for this. But since access is still limited, so even if you want to use it within your code, you might not be able to for a while, but it would slowly get rolled out. So this was like a quick preview for the new O1 models and how you can approach them, how you can sort of understand them in terms of chain of thought, and what do they actually represent. So I hope you liked the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay tuned till then.